Yeah, hi everyone. Rob here again. I'm just going to do a hopefully short video about another performance issue here with the, or not so much an issue, but about performance here with the Asus 400, what is it, ME400C Windows 8 Intel Atom tablet PC. Someone asked about Word documents, whether it would be fine to handle 20-30 page Word documents without lagging during scrolling and so on. And so I didn't have a 20 or 30 page Word document on hand, but I did have a couple much larger ones. So because I like to always just bring things to their knees, I've put them on the desktop and I'm going to load them up. And these were done for a couple of books that I published a few years ago, well, not too long ago. And this one here is nearly 400 pages with a few images in it. Okay. And there's the doc. And I find that these documents lag on my desktop PC, on my quad-core desktop, when I load them, especially when I go across images. If there are any images, the images I've put in are all 300 dpi. So they're all high res, and this one only has a few, but the other document I have has many more. And so typically when you scroll past the images you get that lagginess. It all works pretty well though. Now again, this is 400 pages. I'll just go down to the end and see if it's all loaded yet. No, it has not. There it is. That's loaded. So that's the last page right there. That's page 397. Okay. So, for example, let's get this page here. There we go. Put our cursor in. Get the keyboard open. And this is where we might put some new content into this document. Two. So there we go. This is where we moat. Now, why isn't that? One thing I'd like to see. I wish this was like the phone, because it's nice in the phone where you can just touch a word and it selects the word. Here I'm always touching the word or double tapping the word trying to select the word, but you always just get that cursor and then you have to drag it, which is a pain. So I touch it. So I'm just trying to correct that word. And although you can stick your cursor next to it and then step over like that, it would be nice if I could see now it recognizes it, silly thing. Yeah, well, this is Word getting itself into a mess. You might put some new content into this document. Anyhow, there we go. That's how that works. It scrolls, works pretty well. 400 pages, a few pictures. Pretty good, I reckon. Don't save. The other document I have here is, I think it's about 180 pages. It's got about 100 300 dpi photographs in it. Okay, and so it's quite a different kettle of fish. So the scrolling, whenever I hit these images, and this happens on the desktop as well, everything gets quite laggy. Once things are loaded, it's okay. But these are full page 300 dpi images here. They're quite large. Go over there. See? Yeah. So that gives you an idea of how that works. Again, you can go to, let's say, let's just hop down to somewhere further down the book. Put the cursor in. There's a period missing. I hope that isn't missing from the actual book. Well, then this is a draft period. Enter. I hope that wasn't missing from the real book. There, tap on that. See, it's misspelled that word. but it's not going to give me the correction. So I find this whole thing, it doesn't quite work right. In the phone I'd get the correction. It's giving me the editing tools. Now, how do I correct that? Can't. And also, if you try and put your cursor, so you have to do it like this. So something's not too great, but in terms of scrolling and all that sort of thing, there's no problem. In fact, space is probably the bigger problem, the size of the keyboard. That's, there's not a lot of space there. You can go this way, which is not as bad as it looks, and so you can go about that size, and you actually get a full page. You get pretty much a full page of content. It's perfectly readable, perfectly legible like that. The text is a little bigger than on my phone. And you get the thumb keyboard here, which I guess at a pinch, not sure if I, oops, no, I keep hitting the M instead of the if I can on this, I don't know, you might get used to it. Works fine with thumbs, but not like this. So in any case, that was the demonstration. Just showing you what a couple of very large Word documents handle like in this. Don't save. Close that one out. It's taking a while. While it's doing that, I'll have a look around. Other questions? Some people had... someone asked about crashing and whether this crashes, and yes, it does crash. I think the audio driver and the display driver are both not very good, and I'll be going over to Intel and to Asus to have a look for new audio, new chipset, and new display drivers at some point, just to see what's available, because there's definitely some issues with that. Every now and then I'll turn it on, maybe I'll plug my earpiece in, my headset, and I'll get a lot high-pitched squeal coming through that. At other times I operate the volume here. You can see how that goes up and down nice and smooth right now. But if I've used the device for a few days and I never reboot it, just go on and off and various things, all of a sudden that'll just sort of stop moving, and the only way to fix it is just turn the thing on and off. So that's something that's funny. Sometimes I'll pick it up and hit the on button and it doesn't come on like that. Nothing happens. And the only way to bring it back is to push it for a few seconds, which then forces a restart and brings it on. It always comes back, but it's a little bit irritating that it does that in the first place. I mean, it shouldn't do that. So certainly some driver problems. And another chap wrote today he has purchased his own one of these and put Google Earth on it, which I would have expected to work very well. I tried it out, and I have the exact same problems that Ohad is having with his. The display driver crashes. The thing freezes, the display driver crashes, it says so, and it recovers itself, and then the device freezes and you basically have to restart. And I've tried it in compatibility mode for XP/SP3, and I also tried it in DirectX mode, which I would have thought would have got around any issues to do with a funny OpenGL driver, but apparently not. You get the exact same issue in DirectX mode. So not sure what's going on there. Hopefully there'll be some updates from someone somewhere down the line about that. I think that was about it. Just quickly have a look at my screen here. Oh no, what was this? Christian wrote earlier and I had to translate that. Let me have a look. He wrote in Dutch to me. He's asking about the battery life. The battery life is excellent. I mean, I hardly ever have to charge it. It's half full right now, 53%. It lasts a long time. I don't have to charge it every day, and I don't charge it every day. It's always charged when I pick it up, and so that's actually been good. I've looked at some test reports, and some of the others, like the Lenovo, have a higher battery life. This one's supposed to be an hour or two less than an iPad, I think, but it goes forever. I don't even plug it in at night. If I'm going to go to bed and listen to radio on it, listen to some streaming audio or something, I don't even plug it in. I just put my earpiece in, turn it on, listen. You know, it goes into the screen goes off, but it'll keep playing, and lasts all night. So that's been quite good. No problems there. And the last thing I should say that went wrong is in an earlier video I mentioned how I dropped it and bent the lead and sort of bent this little socket as well. Well, it's come back and it works fine with power for powering the device, but it actually doesn't work so fine now with my USB lead and USB keys and my MIDI keyboard and so on. I have to hold the plug on a certain angle to get the connection, so I've actually buggered something there. I'm going to have to look into that and see if I can do something about it. The lesson is, be careful with that little socket. It's pretty delicate. And apart from that, I think I'm just about at the end here. Quickly flip down some of these. Oh, someone asks, have I tried installing any version of Photoshop or Illustrator? Perhaps old versions maybe. Yes, I have a video up on my channel where I showed, I think my original review I launched Photoshop. I'm pretty sure it was either CS5 or 6. And that works. I mean, it doesn't work well with the pen, with the capacitive pen, but it works fine with a mouse. There's no problem at all. I mean, obviously it's not going to churn through a lot of effects, you know, if you're just using it to render stuff, but for doing edits and stuff, yeah, it actually works perfectly well. No problem there. Quick look down my list here. Someone else asks me, Brian DeGill asks about battery life. Again, so yeah, I've just mentioned battery life, pretty good, lasts a long time. Basically a couple of days before you have to think about charging it. I mean, it depends what you do, obviously. And second, have I tried any video programs such as iTunes Movies? I've got quite a few from owning an iPad 2. No, I have not. Don't know anything about the iTunes Movie format. I don't know what it even does. I mean, I can watch videos on this very well. The video app works perfectly. I mean, all these video, obviously there's online video streaming and stuff, that all does its stuff. YouTube works flawlessly, and if you use the video app like this, I understand this does support quite a few formats. It doesn't support everything, but out of the box it does do DivX and a variety of formats that I have random videos in, so it does pick up quite a few things like these. You know, I don't even know what this I don't know. This is coming off my network, so you know I can watch a video like this in bed. This just comes through the home network thing. What do they call it? Home group. That worked very well, and so no problem with that. Oh, I hate that it stops. That particular app stops whenever you're somewhere else. I wish it would just keep playing. So that's a bit of a pain. But no problem there. And I also understand that VLC, the people who do the VLC player, which works fine on the desktop here already, they're doing a Metro version of their player, which should presumably support, you know, endless numbers, endless different formats. So that'll probably deal with any video issues. But no, I'm sorry, I don't know much about iTunes and any video formats there. Someone else comments on the device having sharp edges, and he's got a lot of frownies, and I think he might have cut himself, Mr. Zimbit. And yes, it does have surprisingly sharp edges. It's got this plastic edge that it's like a bezel for the screen, and you could probably shove your fingernail, and yes you can, just inside it to get the screen apart. That is a little bit sharp, sort of a plastic sharp edge to it. You probably run a knife across it and smooth it out a bit. So yeah, it is a bit sharp. Here it was Ahmed Fatoni who asked about the blue screen, so yes, I hope I've answered that. Yes, and drivers will hopefully fix it, but it is a bit of a concern. Mr. Fenroll asks if it works with a pen. Yes, I have another video up about that. I have a couple of videos all about pens. Yes, it works with capacitive pen, not with an active digitizer. If you require proper pen input for drawing and, you know, accurate mousing, you know, as an accurate mouse replacement type of pen, you need to get a different tablet, not this one. This one works with a pen that works like a finger. Anyhow, I've got another video up about that. Okay, someone else asks about the Google Earth. Yeah, I've already answered that. And Kirill Dragovich has asked about the HDMI. Look, I'm afraid I haven't got the HDMI cable, nor have I got an HDMI device to plug it into, because I don't own a television, and haven't for years. You know, I got the internet, and that was the last time I ever looked at a television. So there is, obviously it's got this HDMI port. I'll tell you the truth, don't even know how that works. I mean, it's a strange looking port. I assume the HDMI plug pushes something behind it that makes it open, but I can't even see how that even works, that port. So I'm afraid I can't help you there, but maybe someone else knows. Maybe OHAD knows if the HDMI works. Sorry about that. And someone has asked me here, Mahdi Ahmadi has asked about whether or not the operating system can be upgraded to Windows 8 Pro. And as far as I'm aware, every version of Windows 8 can be you can upgrade from any version to any higher version, so far as I'm aware. I have Windows 8 Pro on my desktop. I bought that I think it was free when I bought Windows 8. And I see no reason one couldn't do that from here. And I seem to recall that there was isn't there a way to do it through Windows? Add features to Windows 8? Something like that. You're running Windows 8. You can, see, here we go. In a few easy steps, you can add features to your PC to get a different edition of Windows 8. Your apps, files, and settings will stay right where they are. So you might go, want to buy a product key online. Ouch! $299! Oh, I'm shocked. Well, there we go. Yes, you can upgrade it to Windows 8 Pro. Whether you're going to want to, I don't know at that price. Maybe you got a key from when it was cheap. Just click the button to help me choose, because that's quite a shocking price. That's like the old days. So here it is. Oh, that's probably local dollars for me. That would be New Zealand dollars. So, yeah, it's 199 US dollars, which is still a lot of money. So you can get the upgrade right there, $200 US. That's quite a lot. You can get, that's the standard Windows 8 upgrade for people who haven't got Windows 8. So what does Pro give you? Okay, it gives you some extra things. Provides enhanced, BitLocker. Right. Now look, I have used BitLocker on this, so I purchased a USB key, and on my desktop, which has got Windows 8 Pro, I fired that up and I encrypted the USB key with BitLocker, because it's a nice, easy way to add a password to a USB key. The trouble was then, and it says you can use that on any device, any computer back to Windows XP. And because I noticed what it does is it puts a BitLocker executable on the key. So I thought, oh, well, that's handy. So, and the places where I work tend to have Windows XP or Windows 7. And so I set that up, encrypted a 16 gig USB key, put all my data on it, and then went in to do some work. And found that the BitLocker app, it does run off the key, but it doesn't let you access the files on the key interactively. It only lets you take them off the key, which I didn't want to do. I didn't want to take the files off the key and stick them on the desktop of the computer I was on, because that was sort of defeating the whole point. And it was one way. I could only pull them out. I couldn't put them back in using that particular system. So that wasn't that great in the end. I was a bit disappointed. Ended up wiping the key, just reformatting it normal, and so now I'm back to just trying to be really careful with it. So I wasn't too impressed with that. So if you need BitLocker on this, so if that doesn't come with this version of Windows 8, that's a bit of a shame. However, that's what Pro is for. And the other thing enables you to host a remote desktop connection to your own PC, so you can connect to it when you're using a different PC. Okay. Obviously this has remote desktop already and can connect to another PC through remote desktop, but what they're saying is that it doesn't work the other way around. Yeah, if you need to connect to your tablet remotely, you'd need that. And the last one is obviously being able to join domains. So you'd need that. So yes, there you go, Mahdi. Yes, you can upgrade. You can do it directly through the device at the horrendous price of $200. Enjoy. And someone else asks if the HP Envy X2 will run Reason. I think the HP Envy X2 is an Atom tablet like this, and so no, it'll run Reason like this. It's passable, but no, I really would not recommend. If you're serious about Reason, you should get something bigger. In fact, you should probably get an Ultrabook or a convertible tablet. Probably be a better experience. Certainly something with a bigger CPU and a higher resolution screen. Okay, just down at the end of my comments. Can you run Steam on this? My Quilava asks if you can run Steam on this. Yes, you can run Steam on this, and I have run Steam on this. Steam itself runs perfectly well. It's just an application that you download. What does not run so well is the applications, the games that you download through Steam. There are a lot of games on Steam, including a lot of lightweight sort of flash games, and a lot of those indie games are quite small. I'm sure quite a few of those will run, but certainly none of the bigger things. None of the source games run. Half-Life and so on do not run. Certainly none of the bigger 3D games run. The graphics performance is just not up to it, and if you've seen my videos, I've found that out and tried to make people well aware of that. That is just not up to it graphically. It's very much for two-dimensional desktop apps, or for games. As I always say, use the store apps. Plenty of Windows Store apps that work very well. They all work well. None of them are laggy. So that's quite good. Alright, I'm going to wrap this up now. 22 minutes, that's a short video from me. So I hope you enjoyed it. And if you have any more questions about this particular device, post them in the comments, subscribe, give me a like if you like it, and I will catch you all again soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.